This DIY tutorial by Heather Wolfe-Smith is brought to you by collagepet.com.
Hey fashion lovers, this is Heather with heatherwolfe-smith.com, and this is Fashion Frenzy, the show where I teach you how to create, alter, or embellish your own DIY fashions so you can be you. Let's get started with Fashion Frenzy. How many of you guys have buttons laying all over your house and you have no idea what to do with them? Well, I do. I have buttons from coats and pants that have come extra or they don't fit anymore and I don't know what to do with them, so I save the buttons. A lot of these buttons, I didn't have any idea what I was going to do with them, but I have the best DIY for you. A necklace. Let's get started. This is what you'll need. A hot glue gun or a needle and thread, pair of scissors, an old necklace, a piece of felt, and buttons. The first thing you need to do is pick out your favorite buttons. You're going to arrange them in a way that looks appealing to you. I have already picked out the buttons that I want to use. I've made them kind of in a U shape. The bigger buttons will be at the bottom, the smaller buttons will be at the top. You can arrange them however you want. You can make a bigger necklace or smaller, it's your choice. When you're picking out your buttons, one thing you want to look for is the buttons that have a flat back. If you pick a button that has the loop eye, it won't lay flat. So be sure to pick the buttons that are flat on the back. Now I'm ready to start gluing my buttons to my felt. I'm going to put a piece of glue on the back of each button and I'm going to lay it on the felt. All you want to do is just glue your buttons down and just keep the arrangement that you had picked out. Try to keep the glue from making little strings all over your felt and your buttons. If you're not using the glue gun, this is where you'd be sewing your buttons in place. This is what mine looks like. Now you'll want to cut around your buttons with your scissors. You can leave a border if you want, but I'm going to try to cut as close to the buttons as I can. This is what my buttons look like. Now I'm ready to attach the chain to the back of the buttons. I want to place my buttons face down on the table, and I want to take my chain and find the halfway mark. So put the two ends together, find the center, and that way I know I can have it centered in the middle of my necklace. I'm going to put that in the middle of my buttons and lay it on the back. Now, if you are doing the technique of sewing, you're just going to take needle and thread and whip stitch the chain to the felt. So I'm going to take a piece of my felt, some of this extra, and cut out a strip of felt. Now you're ready to glue the felt on top of the chain onto the backing of the felt. This will sandwich the chain inside the felt pieces. Then you're going to lay the chain in the glue. Then you'll lay the felt on top of the chain. You're going to press it down with your fingers. Let it dry for about a minute. Once you've glued your chain to the back of your felt, you want to let it dry for about a minute. Once you let it dry, you're done. Thanks for watching this episode of Fashion Frenzy. For more DIY projects, check out heatherwolfe-smith.com. Until then, stay crafty.
This DIY tutorial by Heather Wolfe-Smith is brought to you by collagepet.com, where we turn your pet's photos into a one-of-a-kind work of art that will blow your mind. Check them out at collagepet.com.